Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're skipping the long setup and jumping straight into one of the most unbelievable pieces of relationship drama I've seen online in a long time.
Oh, it's a wild one. This is that story from Bored Panda, right? The engagement announcement that just completely imploded.
That's the one. And our mission today is really simple. We're just going to extract the absolute most shocking parts of this mess.
Because you really have to see the core conflict to believe it.
You do. Okay, so the whole thing centers on this. A fiancée told her partner she was sterile, which he was totally fine with.
They both wanted to be child-free, so it was perfect.
Perfect. But she didn't mention the reason why, that she'd had a hysterectomy. And that single omission is where everything just goes nuclear.
So let's get into the setup. The original poster, the fiancé, had this surgery years ago for a really painful condition called adenomyosis.
Right. And she's always been adamantly child-free. So when she met her fiancé, she told him the end result. I'm sterile.
And he was completely on board. Their future was, aligned.
Totally. Okay, so fast forward to the engagement lunch with her mom. This is where it all goes wrong.
It really does. The fiancé, who's described as a prankster, decides to make a really inappropriate joke.
A terrible joke.
He says something about how he'd managed to impregnate her.
Which is just so bizarre, isn't it? He knows she can't get pregnant.
It makes no sense. But the mom, she doesn't know he knows. She's out of the loop. So she just laughs and casually says something like, oh, that'll happen when she gets a new uterus.
Boom. There it is.
The bombshell.
Like,
The surgery is out in the open. The fiancé is just, floored. He had no idea.
but his reaction, that's the craziest part of this whole thing.
It truly is, because afterwards he confronts her, but he's not upset about the child-free thing. That was never the issue.
Not at all.
He was upset on principle.
Yeah.
He felt she'd kept a secret from him, that it was a breach of trust.
On principle, she gave him the single most important piece of information for their future together.
Exactly. And it's interesting. Some psychological analysis, like from Psychology Today, points out how partners can weigh information so differently.
Yeah, to her, the hysterectomy was a resolved medical issue. It was private. The result was the only thing that mattered for their relationship.
But to him, the history was some kind of test of full transparency.
It's just astonishing. She gave him the what, and he fixated on the how. And the commenters online, the netizens, they overwhelmingly saw his reaction as the real red flag, right?
Oh, absolutely. That and the terrible joke that started it all.
So this one disagreement lands them straight in counseling.
A newly engaged couple, yeah. All because of the difference between a functional truth and a full medical chart.
Which leaves a really important question for you to think about. In a committed relationship, is leaving out non-relevant medical history a betrayal?
Or is it just protecting your own private information?
A whole relationship crisis, needing therapy, all sparked by a mother's casual joke.
It makes you wonder, can a relationship recover when trust is shaken? Not by an actual lie, but by omitting a detail that had zero impact on the future they both wanted.
Something to explore.